Brain Teaser 10. This famous question has been asked at Google multiple times. How many golf balls would fit into a Boeing 747? When you get this interview question, you're going to be like, how would I ever get this right? If you missed the previous video, here are the 6 steps to help you answer these riddles. Think about why they asked that question. Step number 2, you need to clarify what exactly they want and why. Number 3, you want to ask for time, something like, can have a few minutes to chop down some ideas and do some calculations. Number 4, write down your scenarios, calculations, assumptions, etc. Step 5, work on simplifying the answer and getting a way to solve the question quickly. And in the final 6th step, you communicate your answer and how you came up with your solution. Remember, in these interviews, you don't have to give an accurate answer. The path to the answer is pretty important and is more important than the correct answer. There are some more of these guesstimate questions that we will take up pretty soon. Ask questions or state your assumptions. Are these 747s fitted with typical seats? Are the areas other than the engine and the cockpit available entirely? How much space would be needed for the crew and the passengers, if any? Maybe ask about the size of the aircraft, probably how long and deep it is. What is the volume of a single ping-pong ball? If the interviewer does not know or refuses to provide any answer, then you will know that you must assume the answer. Let's assume that the volume of a ping-pong ball is 3 cubic inches. Now let's assume that all the seats in the plane are removed. We'll say the average person is 6 feet high, 1 foot wide and 1 foot deep. That's 6 cubic feet, or 10,368 cubic inches. 1 cubic foot is 12 by 12 by 12 inches, or 1,728 cubic inches. Okay, so a 747 has about 400 seats in it, excluding the galleys, lavatories, and aisles on the lower deck, and about 25 seats on the upper deck. Let's assume there are 3 galleys, 14 lavatories, and 3 aisles, 2 on the lower deck and 1 on the upper deck, and that the space occupied by the galleys is a 6-person equivalent, by the lavatories is a 2-person equivalent, and the aisles are a 50-person equivalent on the lower deck and a 20-person equivalent on the upper deck. That's an additional 18, 28, and 120-person volumes for the remaining space. We won't include the cockpit since someone has to fly the plane. So there are about 600-person equivalents available. In addition to the human volume, we have to take into account all the cargo and extra space the belly holds, the overhead luggage compartments, and the space over the passenger's head. Let's assume the plane holds 4 times the amount of extra space as it does people, so that would mean extra space is 2,400 person equivalents in volume. Obviously, this assumption is the most important factor in this guesstimate. Remember that it's not important that this assumption be correct, just that you know the assumption should be made. Therefore, in total we have 3,000, or 600 plus 2,400, person equivalents in volume available. We have 3,000 times 10,000 cubic inches of space available. At 3 cubic inches per ball, a 747 could hold 10 million balls. However, spheres do not fit perfectly together. Eliminate a certain percentage, say 20% would be eliminated. Cut your answer to 8 million balls. You might be wondering how you would calculate all these numbers in your head. So you should be writing down these numbers as you develop them. Then you can do the math on paper, in front of the interviewer.